Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports TV. I'm your host, Gary Glenn. Well, the springtime high school sports season rapidly coming to a close. We begin this week's show with soccer. Both of the Gainesville teams advanced to their respective Final Fours. The third-ranked boys made the title game with a 2-1 nail-biter over number 2 rated and defending champion St. Pius. Charlie Bryant headed Ricardo Gomez's corner kick into the net to tie the game at 1-1. Then, with less than 2 minutes left, junior Douglas Mejia fired one in from 23 yards away for the 2-1 edge. And keeper Edgar Espinosa made some key saves to help preserve the win. The Elephants went up against Woodward Academy for the state title, and they fell 2-0. The Elephants had some shots in that game, but they came up empty as the Woodward defense hung tough, and the War Eagles' Cameron Mosley scored once in the first half and once towards the end of the game. Now, the Gainesville high school family has had some ups and downs this year with some titles and Final Fours and all of that kind of stuff, but they've also had some tragic deaths and some controversy. Senior Charlie Bryant, who gave up being honored as co-valedictorian at graduation to ease some of the dialogue surrounding all of that, had some recognition in the pregame introductions, and afterwards he met the media about the title game.
I love my teammates, man. We gave it every single thing we had on that field, and sometimes those are the breaks. But I am so proud of every single one of them, and I love my family. And the bonds that we've made over these years cannot ever be broken in one single event, and we'll continue to stay close. And I'm just so thankful I've had a chance to play with them all these times.
Coach Matt Holmes of Woodward was proud of his team, but he also gave credit to the Red Elephants.
Tonight was important. I think defensively we're a very good side, and you know, we can also attack and play good football as well. I thought we were deserved winners, but my hands, you know, they go out to Gainesville because they're a good side as well.
Woodward had finished as runners-up for the last 2 seasons straight, including 2010 when they lost to Gainesville. Now, the Gainesville coach Rick Howard says just one of those games.
We knew that there were a strong team coming in, and we knew that we would have to play at our best abilities. And I think we did that with the exception of the 5 seconds that they scored. He's a good player. He's going to get his. And, you know, I really thought that we played very good defensively against him. And, you know, it just didn't bounce right for us today.
Now, the seniors on this year's team reached 2 championship games, and they won that one back in 2010. This year, they finished with a record of 19-2-1 and runners-up in the state. The Lady Elephants' run came to an end in the semifinals. Allatoona took a 3-0 win over GHS. They'll end the season at 16-4-2. The first time the Gainesville girls has reached the soccer semifinals, so Coach Mark Wade was proud of his girls.
It was a great way to send our seniors out. I hate that it ended the way it ended. We played what was now the eventual state champion, Allatoona, and got off to a great start against them, and just they just were just a little too fast for us, and got away from us there at the end. But I'm real proud. I hope the girls, once they get a little distance from it, can appreciate all they have accomplished.
Now, they're supposed to return 15 players off this team, so don't be surprised if they make another run next season in 5A. I had a chance earlier this week to talk with some players: Hartley Carter, Natalie Allen, Jazmin Penado, Laramy and Liza Carpenter. Junior Hartley Carter, one of the leading scorers of the team this year. Hartley, tell me about, not particularly the last game, which, of course, you know, the sting is over a little bit now. You wanted to take it a little further than you did, but what are you going to take away from this season other than the fact that you got to the Final Four?
I think just coming further than we ever have in Gainesville high school history is just really special. At the beginning of the season, we set goals, and our first goal was to beat North Hall and then win region, and we did that. And then our second goal was like, okay, let's be the best team in Gainesville high school history, girls soccer, and we did it. So just knowing that we could think of something, a goal, and then achieve it was just really special, and it makes it a really special team.
And a lot about relationships, isn't it? It's the stuff that you build maybe off of the field that you'll carry with you.
Yeah, we all got along great by the end of the season. We were super close, and I think that really helped us out on the field. We encouraged each other a lot. And, you know, if someone was feeling down, we just picked each other up, and that really helped us move along.
Already waiting to go back, though, I know, as a junior, right? See if you can take it a little bit further next year.
Yes, we'll be in a different region next year. So
different
that will,
class, 5A.
Yeah, 5A. So that will be a challenge, but we're ready.
Senior Natalie Allen, graduated senior Natalie Allen, alumni there. First of all, what are you going to do now?
Going to Berry College.
Going to play?
Perhaps. I'm going to play like intramurals, but nothing like varsity sports.
Kind of got to take a little rest from that.
Yeah, try
huh?
some different things.
Now, as a 4-year member of this program, what have you seen? How have you seen it progress from the time you were there?
We have come so far. Even Coach Wade said the seniors were the founders of the team, and each year we got a little bit further, and we've come along so far. And it's nice to see everybody growing together.
And establish a little bit of a legacy, huh? Something for people to shoot
yeah.
for.
Oh, yeah. We set a record this year, and like Hartley said, we set goals, and we kept beating the goals, and that was ultimately what we wanted to do.
Jazmin Penado, who's going to be a sophomore next year. Now, what was it like coming in as a freshman and experiencing a lot of the leadership of these girls?
I mean, it was a really great experience coming in as a freshman. You learn new things, not only from the coach, but, from the teams, from seniors, juniors, sophomores. I mean, it was a really great experience to be at the team as a freshman.
Do you think now it's made you a little bit hungry when you got a little taste of this playoff and this championship kind of stuff?
Yes, and definitely we want more next season, and I think we can accomplish those goals for next season.
Rising junior Laramy ahead with us now. And Laramy, this was a season where you could have not made the Final Four. You could not have done that. You had a big penalty kick which helped propel you to that. How do you handle the pressure of these big games now?
I just try not to think about it. Like, we've beaten some really good teams, and so if we can do that, then, I mean, there's nothing really to get nervous about. Because if we lose, we still did good, so.
It's a confidence thing then, right?
I guess.
When you beat twos. What do you as a junior, obviously, again, you want to try to take it a little bit further, but are you ready to kind of step into that leadership role as somebody who's got a little bit of experience?
Not yet, because they're still, like, seniors, but, I mean, there's only 3 people in my grade right now who's playing, so senior year, that's going to be what I'm worried about. But right now, there's a whole bunch of upcoming seniors.
You're just going to give them support as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
All right. Next year, more goals, get back to the Final Four?
Yeah, because, I mean, nobody likes losing, and that's what, like, makes a good athlete, I guess. So, I mean, we're going to try to win.
Close it out with Liza Carpenter, another one of the just graduated seniors going on to Young Harris. Looking forward to that, I guess?
Yes. Already gotten my workout for the summer, and I'm really excited, ready to keep playing and expanding my soccer skills with my coaches in college. So I'm really excited.
Liza, when did you know this past season? When did you know? Say, we got a chance to be pretty good. What was the point? Was there a turning point in the season somewhere?
Well, I think we knew from the beginning that we could be a good team if we really wanted to. But I think when we beat Oconee at Oconee, we all realized that, hey, we have a chance, that we could really be good if we kept playing like that the rest of the year. So
Losing in the Final Four had to be tough, but when you think back on it, you realize how far you've come, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It was hard because, one more game we would have been playing for a state championship. But, you turn around and you think about it. We're the best team to come out of Gainesville, so it's the best. It's bittersweet. So
I asked them this before, but I don't want to ask you, what are you going to take away from this season besides playing in the Final Four?
Well, we're the best team to come out of Gainesville, and we've built up this soccer program. People now want to come watch Gainesville soccer, and girls now want to come and play soccer. So I think we've built up this program a little bit. We've made people excited to come watch soccer, and girls come play soccer. So
now, the Gainesville boys coach Rick Howard and the girls coach Mark Wade, both named Region 8 AAA Coaches of the Year last week. Now, for the players on the first team, from Gainesville, Nathan Dillard, Douglas Mejia, and Aiden Rising. From Chestatee, Michael Heron and Marco Revelar. From West Hall, Matt Lewis. From North Hall, Dylan Martin and Raymond Salamanca. From Johnson, Jonathan Mendoza and Edgar Ochoa. For the girls on the first team, from Gainesville, Hartley Carter, Liza Carpenter, Mary Catherine Dempsey. From Chestatee, Alexis Revelar. From Johnson, Bethany Johnson. From North Hall, Alex Lawson. And from West Hall, it's Brooke Reed and Alex Smith. We're headed back to the track when we return.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, ensuring your future since 1905.
There are hundreds of options when choosing apparel or promotional items at J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case. We're all about quality and competitive pricing. Sports items are in stock. Look for special pricing on Letterman jackets, corporate apparel, corporate gifts, and custom embroidery. All local high schools should check out the line of spiritware and trophies. We're also offering custom screen printing available for any team sport. Be on the winning side when you choose J. Geyer Advertising and the Trophy Case, locally owned and operated at 250 Dawsonville Highway, Gainesville. Call 770-718-0062 or on the web at jgeyer.com and trophycaseltd.com.
We're back. I'm Gary Glenn, and this is Hall County Sports. At Georgia Olympics 41, the boys' all-classification state track meet, North Hall continued its tradition of distance running excellence. Luis Gonzalez had a heck of a kick in the 3,200 meters, knocking almost 7 seconds off his personal best mark in that event to win it in 9 minutes, 28.78 seconds. That was almost a half minute faster than his sectional time. He joins past Trojan state champions such as Cody Barger, Ty McCormick, and Nick Long. Now, Luis will go on to run at Truett McConnell. A confession to a brain blip. I meant to name him one of our co-athletes of the week last week. I named the cross-country coach, Drew Rogers, who helps out in track instead. Well, in any event, I apologized to Luis when I had a chance to talk to him earlier this week. Luis, tell me about your strategy going into that race. Now, it looked for a while like it was kind of a little cat and mouse there, kind of give and take, and you let the other guy kind of set the pace for a while. But tell me about it.
Well, I knew that Austin Sprague had the leading time in the state for AAA at the time, so I just thought that I could just hang on to him, and I pretty much had to the whole race until I saw him kind of dying off around the 6th lap, and then I just made my move, and that's when Preston Jones of Columbus made his move. So he was a new target, and I just had to stick on him.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you say, looking around the times in the state, you got to figure, well, I'm going to make the podium, and it's just sort of the way the race turned out. As you wound up on top of the podium. I mean, track and field is a very objective thing. You can look at times. You can kind of figure where you're going to be, but it's who's having a good day, and apparently you had a good day.
Yeah, I had a good day that day, but our coach, Art DaCosta, he told me that I was pretty capable of running well into the 920s, not like mid-920s or so. And, he had faith in me, so I guess I had to try.
Well, that's right. Somebody, and confidence is part of this, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Both my coaches had pretty strong confidence in me, so like I said, I had to try it.
Now, you join now the kind of the pantheon of great distance runners at North Hall. Does it make you feel pretty good to be mentioned in the same breath with some of those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really good friends with Cody Barger. I still keep in touch with him, and Ty, and Nick. He's just I don't really talk to him much, but I just know how good of a runner he is. But it feels really good just being mentioned along with their names. Just because they're kind of something of a role model to me, and being mentioned in that little legacy is just really cool.
Now, during the race, at what time did you say to yourself? I mean, 3,200 is a long race. Got 8 laps. Got plenty of time to think about things. At what point of the race you say, "Man, I think I got this"? Or was there ever a time when you had to kick it down the end?
Yeah, there was never a point in that race. The whole time I was just thinking I got to hang on, and I was hanging on for dear life, and.
So now you go on to Truett McConnell, right?
Yes, sir, Truett McConnell.
All right. Tell me about your summer plans.
Summer plans, well, I'm already training on Truett's just base training mileage and stuff like that. And every now and then I have a workout or two, speed workouts, but, just training most of the summer.
And looking for a summertime job?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, well, maybe somebody will see this and offer you one. When you think about your experience at North Hall, now you did well in cross country. And now you've done well in track and field. You feel pretty good about your high school career, got to.
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, it was a perfect end to a perfect year, so I enjoyed it.
What else do you take away from this program besides, state championship?
Well, I really, really, really enjoyed getting to know all my teammates and they, you know, just over the years being around them so much, they just kind of became something of a family to me. So I'm gonna miss them as I move on, but you know, their memories will always be with me.
All right, Luis Gonzalez. Thanks for coming in, Luis. Good luck at Truett, all right?
Thank you,
Now, you can add to Luis's state title in the GHSA AAA 3200, a fourth-place finish in the state AAA cross-country meet on their second-place team this past fall. Plus, he had a state USA track and field title, a second-place regional, and second-place national finish in the USATF. Pretty good year for Luis Gonzalez. Baseball when we come back. You know, one of the sponsors that we've had on the show here for a long time, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, and the pastor of McKelvey Road UMC is Rob Bruce. And Rob, first of all, thanks to the church for helping publicize in a positive light our local athletes here.
Gary, you're more than welcome. We enjoy supporting our local community, and this is one way of being able to do that, is to support our kids in their athletics and those in the county.
Now, one of the things we want to talk about here with you today, though, is the sermon series that you started on Easter Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's right. We started a sermon series on Easter morning about the resurrection because most people have a unrealistic idea of what resurrection is. Most people think it's resuscitation, but it's something entirely different than resuscitation, Gary.
And where are you going to take us with this?
Well, we'll be learning what resurrection means for our everyday lives, and I don't want to give too much of it away. I want to make this a bit of a tease so some folks will come and hear it.
All right. Thank you very much. Rob Bruce, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Rob, we'll see you in church on Sunday.
Thank you, Gary.
Hall County Sports is brought to you in part by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. And remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair at 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood with 3 worship services every Sunday morning, Kids Town and adult small groups. McKelvey Road United Methodist Church is dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. We're back. I'm Gary Glenn, and baseball, the subject of this particular segment for Hall County Sports TV. The Gainesville baseball team broke out the long ball in walloping Carrollton 11-1 and 12-1 in their Elite 8 matchup last week. The Elephants busted open a close game in the 5th inning in the first game with 9 runs. Michael Geddes hit back-to-back triples, clearing the bases in Game 1 with his second 3-bagger. He also wound up scoring the winning run, his 3rd run scored in Game 1 on an RBI single by Ryan Pitts. Skylar Weber also in that big 5th blasted a 3-run home run. David Gonzalez won his 11th game of the season against no losses, striking out 5 as he went to 6 innings in the Mercy Rule game. The home run barrage continued in Game 2 as the team continued to meet at home plate. Hunter Anglin belted a 2-run homer in the first inning. Weber had another 3-run dinger after starting and winning pitcher Geddes had led off the second inning with a solo shot. Now also in that inning, Anglin had his second straight 2-run home run. Later on, Luke Moore scored an inside-the-park home run when the Carrollton outfielder smacked into the wall and couldn't hold on to a hard-hit fly ball. Moore would later add a traditional home run in the 5th to help end it early once again. Geddes got the win, his 11th, and Anglin got his 7th save of the season as the Elephants went to 31-0. Now this past Monday, Gainesville battled Ringgold in the semifinals, and HCS TV was there.
As you can see in the background, they're proud of their Red Elephants, but their dream of adding a baseball championship to the state golf championships they won is over as the Red Elephants dropped 2 out of 3 the visiting Tigers from Ringgold.
Gainesville faced off against Ringgold in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series, and the Elephants went down to their first defeat of the year, 4-3 the final this past Monday night. Gainesville made a key base-running error in the 5th and probably cost at least a run, maybe 2. David Gonzalez got the loss, his first of the year. He dropped to 11-1 on the year. Michael Geddes had a solo homer. Hunter Anglin and Stephen Mason had RBI singles. The Crimson Herd bounced back big in Game 2, winning 12-2 in 5 innings. They hung an 8th spot on the Tigers in the 3rd. The big blow was a grand slam by Mason after he'd already singled and scored earlier in that very same inning. For Game 2, Gonzalez had 2 singles, 2 walks, and 2 runs scored. Caleb Whittington had a walk, a single, a sac fly, and 3 RBI, and Luke Moore had a walk, 2 singles, a run scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. Geddes got the win, his 12th against no losses. The Elephants entered Game 3 at 32-1 against the Tigers, who were 28-6 at that time. Unfortunately for the Red Elephants, Game 3 would be mostly in favor of the Ringgold Tigers. They had a big fourth inning, the Tigers did, and a Maccabee homered twice, a solo shot to lead off the inning, and a 3-run home run later. They scored 8 runs in that fourth inning. Hunter Anglin had a 2-run home run for Gainesville. The final, 11-3, just too much for the Elephants. Afterwards, it was a bitterly disappointed Jeremy Kemp, the coach for the Gainesville Red Elephants, that met the media, and I also had a chance to talk with Stephen Mason.
Great year, 32-2. That's something to be proud of. These kids made history at Gainesville High School, which is hard to do with the history of the Tide at the school. 7 state championships, and they're listed in there. They're not listed where they wanted to be listed, but still a perfect regular season. That's pretty impressive. And 32-2, Final Four. In the top 10 teams ever at Gainesville High School, so that's pretty impressive.
Thoughts on the way the series went?
We let the first game get away from us. There's no doubt about that. That should have been, base running mistake, and we win that. If we wouldn't have made that mistake, we probably would have won that game. Today you lose 11-2, you make lots of mistakes. 11-3, you make lots of mistakes. I mean, we didn't run the bases great again today, and pitching. I think we ended up with 10 walks. Can't beat a playoff team with 10 walks. So that was tough to overcome.
What'd you tell them?
We're proud of them. We love them. This is a special group of seniors. Those 6 guys right there are great people, and I love them all. They've been the kids that have got this program back going. It was 10 years since we made it to the Final Four, and they're the reason. They're the reason. As freshmen, they came in, and 3 of them played every game and did an unbelievable job, getting this program back going. So I give them all the credit for what we are now.
Not the results you wanted, but it's been a great season for Gainesville High School. What are you going to take away from this year? I know it's not the result you wanted. You've told me before, not satisfied with anything but a state championship, but still, 32-2.
It was a great run. Couldn't be happier to be out here with these guys. It was the best run of my life, best 4 years. Sucks that came to an end, but I just got to deal with it.
Now you get to go and play the next level, though, Georgia Perimeter. Looking forward to that.
Yes, sir. Looking very forward to it. But this is going to hurt for a little while, but yeah, looking forward to it.
When you think back on it, though, you're going to have some great memories, aren't you?
Oh, no doubt. This was an amazing year. So that's all I can think about. It's great stuff.
Not the results they wanted, but 32-2. Not too shabby a year for the Red Elephants this year. That final, once again, from the deciding Game 3 on Tuesday. It was Ringgold 11 and Gainesville 3.
Another note for you in baseball. East Hall had some of their players make the all-sub-region team in 8AA North. Jonathan Woodring, Austin Tompkins, and Hunter Warwick made the first squad, with Hunter Buffington and C.J. White making the second team. In golf, more honors for the state champion Gainesville boys and girls. Brothers, seniors Parks and Carson Brown, both picked to the Georgia High School Golf Coaches Association's Senior All-Star Team. The Brown brothers will represent the North Squad in a 3-day match play format. Back in 2009, the first time they did this, GHS coach Bryson Worley was the North team coach. Justin Cochran and Jake Martin out of Gainesville were on that team, along with North Hall's Derek Watson. Meanwhile, Parks Brown, who was the low medalist at 4 under 68 at the Class AAA Championship Tournament, was named the Class AAA Player of the Year. Pep Brown and Jackson Bishop also named All-State. For the Gainesville Golf girls, Madeline Harr, Morgan Reese, and Meg Callahan were all named All-State. Harr was the Region 8 AAA champion and Callahan runner-up. Reese was second overall at the state meet. All right, some other notes for you. At the NAIA National Softball Tournament in Gulf Shores, Alabama, Bernal won its opening game 7-1 over Bethany College. Pitcher Jenny Shepard went the distance, scattering 4 hits and striking out 5 as she went to 15-5 on the season. Bernal got a solo homer from Sally Dugan, who went 2 for 4, and a 3-run shot from Ellen Black. Shepard also helped her own cause as she went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. The Tigers got a 3-hit performance from Anna Manus, who got her 20th win in an 8-0 victory over Talladega. Shepard was 3 for 4 with 2 RBI and a double, leading a parade of 8 players who pounded out 13 hits. And the Tigers won their pool with a 2-0 8-inning shutout of top-ranked Concordia out of California. Manus struck out 6 in going the distance. Dugan was 2 for 3 and scored a run after getting hit by a pitch in the 8th. Taylor Kelly drove in the 2 runs there with a double for the Tigers, who went on to play in this week's double elimination bracket portion of that tournament. We'll have more on that on next week's show. Now, the Brenau tennis team made it to their national tournament for the 12th time overall and 4th time straight last week. The Golden Tigers, who have won that tournament more than one time before, were third seeded going into this year's contest down in Mobile, Alabama. Brenau got a bye in the first round. They knocked off Southern Nazarene 5-love in round 2. The number 2 doubles team of Eileen Nagels and Maria Perdomo Medina made first team all-conference, with Medina being declared Freshman of the Year in the Southern States Athletic Conference. Now, they won against Southern Nazarene, with Nagels also picking up a number 5 singles win. The other singles win came at number 6, with Tiffany de Almeida winning. The number 1 doubles team of Lynn C. Chu, Hannah Thompson, and number 3 team of Stephanie Moniz, Teresa Newmeyer contributed to that shutout. The other singles matches had Brenau ahead in all 3, but they were suspended when the match was clinched. The Tigers then fell to number 2 seeded Fresno Pacific 5-2. Chu got a win at number 1 singles. Okay, time now to name our athletes of the week for last week. From different diamonds, for the males, Michael Geddes, Gainesville baseball, what a series he had. And for the females, Jenny Shepard from Brenau softball. Okay, some more local signings to report from East Hall. Cheerleaders Kirsten Nicholson and Amber Welborn will go on to cheer for the Brenau Golden Tigers. From Gainesville, Tiara Hill has signed a track and field granted aid with Winthrop University. And from North Hall, Laura Manson signed a letter of intent to run cross-country for the University of West Alabama. The Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club once again will be well represented on the Dragon Boat USA national team as they compete at the International Canoe Federation Dragon Boat World Championships in Milan in Italy later this year, August 30th through September 2nd. After tryouts throughout the United States and Puerto Rico, 8 Lanier paddlers made the cut, with 5 accepting their positions with Team USA for the trip to Italy. Ethan Jackson, Rich Stewart, Anna Crawford, Alejandro Schwedhelm, and Ann Blanchard. They've already started fundraising, and go to the LCKC website for some details. The Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club also dominated in the USAC marathon races held this past weekend over at the Olympic venue. John DePalma, Stanton Collins, Ian Ross, Emily House, Anastasia Huck, Farron Smith, Ellie Hefner, Jonathan Olson, and Cole Burkhart, all taking championships in different age divisions for males and females. And Michelle McKenzie, who now lives in Flowery Branch, won the Athleta Iron Girl Triathlon this past Sunday at Lake Lanier Islands. She covered the 1/3 mile swim, 19-mile bike ride, and 3-mile run in 1 hour and 25 minutes and 48 seconds. Christine Grant of Gainesville made the top 10, 7th overall. Makes me tired just thinking about it. That's our show for this week. Join us next week right here for more Hall County Sports. I'm Gary Glenn. You know, one of the sponsors that we've had on the show here for a long time, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church, and the pastor of McKelvey Road UMC is Rob Bruce. And Rob, first of all, thanks to the church for helping publicize in a positive light our local athletes here.
Gary, you're more than welcome. We enjoy supporting our local community, and this is one way of being able to do that, is to support our kids in their athletics and those in the county.
Now, one of the things we want to talk about here with you today, though, is the sermon series that you started on Easter Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's right. We started a sermon series on Easter morning about the resurrection because most people have a unrealistic idea of what resurrection is. Most people think it's resuscitation, but it's something entirely different than resuscitation, Gary.
And where are you going to take us with this?
Well, we'll be learning what resurrection means for our everyday lives, and I don't want to give too much of it away. I want to make this a bit of a tease so some folks will come and hear it.
All right. Thank you very much. Rob Bruce, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Rob, we'll see you in church on Sunday.
Thank you, Gary.